Base resonator here. Look at that color change. Those are intense chameleon flakes. What am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with this light strip? And that mold is a little bit bigger than this. You'll have to wait and see. This is going to take a couple, maybe at least a week to finish up this project. Just thought I'd give you a start. Don't know if you can tell exactly what's going on, but that other piece that I made with the chameleon flakes, intense chameleon flakes, it's upside down now. And I attached the, got out of focus, the light strip, there we go, to it. It's got a sticky backing to it. So I attached that here all around that inner circle, that inner resin piece. And then, so what's going to happen is these lights are going to shine out away from that center piece. See, I'm still stuck with the Eclipse and those other pieces that I made for Amanda Togood, those. And I'm going to create a huge board with a space theme on it with all of the different steps of the Eclipse. And this is going to be the central point, which will light up. Now I'm going to cover the back of this with black so you won't see that. This cord that has a, let me get it over here. I've got it hanging over because I'm going to put it on this heat mat because I want it to cure up a little faster. Because it got cold here. It's in the 60s. It's got a USB plug on it. So it's going to need access to a plug somehow. So what's going to happen is I'm going to drill a hole through this big wooden, actually it's an old shelf that didn't have a good look to it. So I'm going to sand it all down, sand the edges so that it's got a little bit of round on there. And then I'm going to do sort of my own countertop type of thing with a space theme going on. And then after I get that to where I like it, right in the middle, I'm going to drill a hole and I'm going to put this cable through it. And then I'm going to attach all the rest with either UV resin or I'm going to put a clear down top coat and then stick each of the individual pieces of the Eclipse with this one right in the center. So then at night, you can plug this in and turn it on, and you should see the corona effect around that moon. Now, what did I do? I have, from Into Resin, they have this tiger eye mica powder type stuff. And what I did was I mixed up the gold tiger eye powder and a little bit goes a long way. I also put a drop of white resin dye from Let's Resin and 2 drops of yellow resin dye from Let's Resin, and I mixed it all together so that when it shines, you're going to have this goldish shimmer, hopefully that corona effect that everybody got to see. Well, hopefully you got to see it. If nothing else, you got to see pictures of it, of the eclipse taking place. So that's what's going to take place. But all you're going to see is that little bit of gold and shimmer. This light strip you're not going to see because of that tiger eye effect is going to diffuse the amount of light coming through. So you should see a goldish, whitish, shimmering effect take place. So can't wait. But it's going to take some time. So stick with me. I was hoping that this goldish ring around the moon would be a little more opaque, because I can see the little LED lights in there. We'll see what it looks like when I turn it on. Here we go. Ooh, well, that's a corona for you. Now mount it up on a wall. Well, that's what's coming next. After I get that whole shelf sanded down, get the edges rounded off, put up there. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. Come on now. There we go. I can dim it a little bit, or I can turn it all the way off. Oh, went the wrong way with it. It's got a little slide. Come on now. I'm having a really hard time getting it. There we go. Trying to keep it held down. Oh, I turned it brighter again. There it goes. We'll see what it's like. But it's going to be nice. Something totally different. That's the opacity that I was hoping would be up on the top side. And it's all on the edge. Well, now a decision. Should I leave it like this or try for something? I don't know. I don't want to mess this up because this is already working. I'll figure it out. Okay. I have made a radical decision. I am going to use this gold paint marker. I put this down over the top of the planet itself, or the moon, so that I won't mess up. And I'm going to go so that each one of those little diodes, or each one of those little LED things, will be covered up by gold. So instead of it shining straight into my face, or into anybody else's face like it did when I lit it up a little bit ago, it will, like I want, go out the sides. So I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. I'm just going to go out a ways and leave it so that that corona is visible like it was with the Eclipse. Okay, if it doesn't work, I get out the alcohol and wipe that paint off. Okay, let's pray this works. This may look a little odd, but think of it this way. During the daytime, when we don't have the light on, you can see the corona taking place around the moon. And we even have a solar flare right there. But watch, see if I can find how this works now. I'll turn this light off. Oh, my camera does really good filtering out. So that's all you'll be able to see. Maybe see that little gap right around the inner part of that gold. I gotta figure out how to get that to where it's covered up, because that gold isn't completely opaque right there. I may just leave it. I'll talk to my wife and see what she says. But I'm liking it. At least this way it's not just shining bright in my face. But on the sides, yeah. But hanging on a wall, yeah. Okay, I was talking this over with my wife and she agreed needed to be a little bit more opaque, so I went over it a little bit more with those gold markers. Watch this. Yeah, there's just a couple spots that I still need to touch up, but much, much, much better. Okay, I am satisfied with that. Now, to go sand my background down and get it like I'm doing a countertop or something. So I have my deep space. I'm out in the garage and I have this 1/2 inch plywood that's got a veneer top that's all scratched. And so what I did was I sanded it off both sides. This will be the surface I'm going to be using because it's less scratched. This thing is about 3.5, 4 feet long. And that veneer is really pretty if it weren't all scratched up, but it's just a veneer. And so it's not super expensive plywood. And it was a shelf. They got thrown out and I just happened to find it along the side of the road, picked it up. So I came out here with my level and got this table leveled off. What I'm going to do is put a black base coat. Basically, I'm going to be doing like a cabinet top pour and do some things after it, but black is going to be the base. And as I'm going to rub it, once I get it on here, I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, I might be able to no, I can't. I was going to say bringing my tripod out here, but I'm recording in the wrong mode. I'm going portrait instead of landscape. This would have been the ideal way to do it, except I didn't do any of the other ones, so it would be really difficult getting that to work, editing the video. So what I'm going to be doing is getting a little bit of black, not very much, just enough to barely cover this, about 1/8 of an inch thick. And I'm going to rub it over with gloved hands, and I'm going to go all the way around and make it sure that it's nice and even. And I'm going to even touch on the sides. I'm not going to worry about doing the back. The back is going to be the back. It's going to be up against the wall. I don't worry about it. I'm going to go black, and then after that cures, then I'm going to go with a space theme pour, which is going to be really fun. And I'll talk more about the colors I'll be using there at that point. Okay, base coat is on. I'll just let that dry. Just went over it with the torch to get rid of all the bubbles. And this will continue to self-level. It looks kind of wavy right now, but I'll leave this overnight. Oh, actually, I'll come check it after a few hours and see where we are. But it's on the cooler side, so I don't expect it to cure up tonight. But yeah, that's not completely solid black, but the next colors I put over the top are going to be opaque, so that's quite all right. And the sides, I'll hit those more with the other color tomorrow. A bunch dripped off there. A little bit over there, but yep. This is what they mean by self-leveling. Look how smooth that is. Whee! And it just soaked into the ends. That's crazy. But it's happening. Getting ready for the color mode. My black base coat thins down, and then I'm going to add deep space blue from Pigmently as the main color for this. I figured out that I need almost 20 ounces to do this. I've prepared with painter's tape all around the edge so it'll hold it on the resin, because it's going to be a little deeper than just a flood coat. Okay, so what's going to happen is I will pour it on, I'll leave it for about an hour, then I'll come back and take this off, and it'll it'll have already gelled quite a bit, but then it'll slide over the sides and coat those sides and still leave resin on the top. It's not going to all just slide right off. So that's why I have this, what they call the dam on here. And there were a couple spots that were some bumps that I sanded down, just a couple. And so now it's completely smooth, so that when my finished product after this, and I've got some really cool plans. So can't wait to show you. I'm really excited about this. Okay, I have my colors mixed up. This is Deep Space Blue from Pigmently. Man, this is a pretty color. And then I've got some Galaxy, which is from Resin. Where's my finger? And then I have Interference Violet, which when it gets on that dark blue, you can see a little bit of violet color there, but when it gets on that dark blue, it's going to be kind of a purplish color. And then I have Interference Silver with some of the Ocean White, because I do want some stars. So yeah, cool. Okay, I finished putting everything down. Now I gotta wait a little bit while longer. I just opened the garage door so you can see a little bit of the sunlight coming on this. Look at this. Whoo. Look like space to you? Hopefully. See that violet interference powder, when it got on that dark, really popped. And the Galaxy is that silvery bluish color in there. Man. Bubbles are all popped. I used my heat gun, and with the heat gun I also pushed some of the material, some of the resin around. Okay, garage door going down. I just wanted you to see what it looks like. Man. Garage door is down. There's still a lot of reflection in here. When it's up on a wall, oh, this is going to be pretty. It's not as dark as I wanted it to be, because that Galaxy really brought out a lighter color than I expected. But, you know, it's resin. And it's really pretty. The tape dam is off. And we're starting to get some action where it's coming over the edge. Yeah. Woohoo. In deep space, we have all these different nebulas and galaxies. Yep. There's the tape dam over there. Well, this is all cured up, and I filed off or ground off the drips off the bottom. They were hanging like stalactites, so I took those off, and then I went and marked with a little marker where I'm going to be putting each of the planets. But the middle one, the new one that you have not seen, I had to drill a hole because that cord needs access to the wall. And then I got another one, and another one. I thought about using, doing a whole nother coat of clear and then setting the planets down in place, but I thought, no, I don't need to do that. So what I did was I mixed up about an ounce, a little over an ounce, and I will put some down on each spot and place the planets in the order that, the moon, in the order that I want them, in the positions. And then I'm just going to let this set overnight, and then in the morning, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I will do one more little video clip after this, tonight when after everything's set in place, and then the unveiling will be tomorrow, and then I will make this video go live. Well, I don't know if I'll go live with it. I could go make it a premiere, but put it out there, and I really hope you like it. By day, a beautiful work of art showing the eclipse starting, getting there, totality with the corona around it, and then coming back to the full sun. But wait, but at night, ta-da, you have a nightlight. Not too bright, but definitely enough to be able to see all the sparklies. Oh, I can't wait to hang it on a wall. I don't have it hanging on a wall at this point. I need to figure out how I want to do that, whether I want to put it on a stand or just hang it on the wall in that manner. But I'm thinking maybe on an easel type of a thing. But look at this. My dream's coming true.